Hey folks, Liz, the independent prepper here. I just decided on the way home that I would put myself through my own drill. So it's a beautiful day, but on the way home, I noticed that all the lights in the city went out. So fortunately, I was very close to my house, and the first thing on my mind is water. How much water can I get? Oh folks, one of the things you have to know is that your fob is not going to work when the lights go out. You have to have a manual key to get into your building. If you don't know where your manual key is, find it and get it and keep it with your other keys. The elevators also aren't going to work, so you're going to have to be prepared to go up flights upstairs to get to your apartment. So remember that, because I did my research and fobs won't work. Also, in my building, it is a low building, but it doesn't, I've been told that the water will run for maybe an hour to 2 hours. All right, I got to my floor, and now the first thing I'm thinking about is water. I need to get water. So here's my place. I'm gonna lock the front door. I have no lights are on. Okay, so here I go. First thing I think about is finding lights. Here's a flashlight. Got batteries, awesome. Here's, shoot, my lantern. No batteries in my lantern. Do I worry about the lantern right now with lights, or do I worry about water? I think since I'm on a timer with water, I have to fill up my bathtubs. So here I go. Filling up my bathtubs. I don't have stoppers. Shit. I do not have a stopper in that bathtub. I never noticed that before. Let me look at the other one. I'm thinking of 2 hours. I only have 2 hours. Ship. Okay, well, I don't have stoppers. I still have to fill up water. That water's being wasted. Hold on. I gotta get pots. I don't want to waste that water. Take it off. That means pots and pans, bowls. Ship. That total news to me. So there's my first big mistake that I'm glad I'm doing this drill for. Didn't know that I don't have that option. That's not even, I don't even know if that's still around. That's better. Okay, go to the other one and fill up the other. So now, instead of just being calm and filling up a toilet, because I didn't freaking plan ahead of time, I am now doing this instead of filling up my tub. And so now I'm running around. What else can I fill up? What else do I have? Okay, fortunately, I have lobster pots. One is 3 gallons, the other one's 5. That's good. So that one's full. Pull that over. Fill it up. It's not staying in the place that I want it to. I could be doing other things, worrying about other things, but instead I have to do this because I don't have the right setup in my tub. And I'm also going to fill up in the kitchen. What can I do? Vases. I know I have a bunch of vases because I just had a party and we used my vases. Filling these up. Okay, the timer is on. I know I've done my research in my condo that I have about an hour before the water starts. So my job is, the only job I have right now while I can still see, is to keep filling up the water, because we don't know how long the outage is going to be. Okay, that one's full. This one goes next. Okay. So I think you get the point. I'm spending my first hour, as long as I know the water is running, I'm spending it filling up what I can. Because water is life, and I need as much water as I can get. Okay, big lesson learned. That's a big loss of possible water that I could have. Big loss of water that I could have had if I had filled up if I had water stoppers. And all this time, all this prepping, and all these reels that I'm trying to teach you, and let alone I didn't even have what I needed. So check your tubs. Lighting. Let me figure out my lighting situation. I do have the flashlight, but I did not have batteries. Okay, folks, I have my lights, even though I really don't need them because the lights are, it's fairly early, so the lights are still on. So my next thing now, I'm going to conserve these, and I am going to secure my apartment. Okay, so by my door, I always keep this. I have an extra lock. My lock this, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my front door is secure. Okay, next is my slider. Folks, I love my balcony, beautiful, but in a power outage situation, I am not going to use it. I'm not going to be out here showing everybody that I have food and water and I'm thriving. So I'm locking the door and I'm putting the stopper on. I'm just not going to be seen outside until I get a better gauge on what's happening. I don't want anybody to know that I'm in here by myself. Crap. Another misstep. I have blackout curtains for this slider. I never put them up. They're in my prep closet in the bag. So that's another mistake. So let me just lock and close the windows that I do have available. Okay, that's locked. So again, blackout curtains are so that nobody knows that you're inside and thriving and that you are alone, especially a female. So again, I'm gonna lock and close these. I don't have, this is where I'm gonna set up my food on a metal table close to a door that ventilates, but I have heavy curtains on them so you can't see through them. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm a little worried about the water situation, to be honest with you. So this scenario is about the 72-hour bin, right? So I have 4 gallons of water in the bin. Let me see. In here, that's 5, maybe 6 gallons. In my kitchen, maybe there's 1 more gallon. So that's 7 in here. I know that pot is 3, 4, 5. 5, and the 4 that I have, that's 11 gallons. So that's roughly 10 days. So even though the 72 bin is for 3 days, I only have another 6 days. That worries me a lot. What if this goes on forever? So I am now going to have to decide, do I want to go outside when everybody's freaking out and use some of the cash I have in my 72-hour bin to take the chance to go fight it out for more water? Or am I just going to take a chance that this power outage is going to be over? But as far as security, all the doors and windows are safe. I'm going to, right now I'm going to get my blackout curtains up. All right, hi folks, it's still light out. I have my lantern going. This is as good as I got because I don't have enough blackout curtains from my big door to cover up the whole door. So another mistake, lesson learned during a drill. This is why I'm doing a drill, right? I don't have enough. I'm gonna need at least one more panel. And I fought with the pole, fell so many times, I was screaming. And the whole time I'm thinking, why am I wasting time on this? I have low denominational cash. Should I be going down? I wouldn't go down to the big food store because that'll be packed, but maybe the local convenience store that I can get to fairly quickly. Should I go down and use my money to get more water? I'm really worried about water. So I'm trying to calm down and get over the fact that I made another mistake there. So 2 mistakes. I have my lantern. I just want to show you that I have these lights that are rechargeable. I keep them in my dining room. I also have them in my second bedroom, and they're really great because they last a long time. I can recharge them with my solar charger during a prolonged outage, and they just feel really normal because I use them all the time. So it's nice to have lights that feel soft and normal, and it's not like I'm walking around with a flashlight all the time. Okay, now it's time to get out the 72-hour bin. And here is my DIY, I always say that wrong, DIY bucket toilet, which I'm going to set up. And here is my 72-hour bin. Things I want to take out of my bin are this crank radio for communication. This is probably one of the best things in this bin. It's a flashlight. It's an AM radio, and it's a charger, and it's solar charging as well. So it does 3-in-1, which is great. So you can use it as a charger. I'm gonna put it on now and listen to it. And I'm gonna set up my cooking station. Stay tuned. Okay folks, this is the DIY toilet. I have reels on my Instagram, wipes, rim, kitty litter, clumping kind of kitty litter. You just literally put a heavy grade garbage bag, put the little soft rim on for your cheeks to sit on. Okay, you put the kitty litter in, you do your business, you clean your business, you cover your business, and then you cover the bin up so your condo doesn't smell during a power outage. Set up, ready to go. Okay, there you have it. This is my cooking station. Why here? Because this is a door. I can unlock this door. It's not very, you can't see it from the street, and I can crack the door open for ventilation. The table is metal, so it makes it very safe. I can cook here, and I will shut these curtains to have a blackout corner. I'll keep the light down low so that you cannot see me from the street. And this will be where I cook during the power outage. Okay folks, the drill is over. Let's assess, shall we? Just a minute to talk about the food. There's different food brands, and they generally give you 3 or 4 choices in these bigger bags, but you're not gonna cook off the whole bag because it's 8 servings. You're only gonna cook off what you need, because you don't want food sitting around when you don't have a refrigerator. So cook off only in portions that you need. Use your measuring cup and your water. That way it'll be safe to eat every single time. It'll be nice and warm. You'll use less butane fluid and less water instead of making a big batch. Definitely single people need to portion these off when they're cooking them. And again, I buy a door right here with ventilation. So let's review what we learned in this drill. Number one thing I want you to remember is your fob will not work when you go to your building. You won't be able to key in like that. You're going to have a manual key to get in your building. Your elevators won't work. You're going to go walking up the stairs to go to your condominium. If you live on the 15th floor, that's a lot to think about. Are you in shape enough for that? Think about it. Number 3, water. Water is life. It's the first thing that you should definitely start collecting as soon as you get into your apartment. Find out from your condominium management service how can they give you an estimate of how long water will run after the power is off, and that's your timer. That's, I know mine's about 2 hours, so that's what I worked with today during the drill. I also did not have my lantern ready, didn't have batteries. I did not have enough blackout curtains for my big window. These are lessons learned. This is why I did a drill. So maybe this is a good idea for you. If you've started prepping and you think you've got it pretty down, which I definitely thought I was. I think I have it down enough to be teaching it on Instagram and YouTube, but I ran my own drill and I have holes to fill. So I learned a lot today. I hope you have learned a lot. My name is Liz. I am the Independent Prepper. I am on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Please subscribe, follow, share for more tips, realistic tips from someone who's learning herself, because prepping is not paranoia, it's power. Let's go.